Hello, hello, hello.
Good day. Good day.
Hey, Reverend Mel.
Hey, Sekou Writes.
How you doing?
I am here.
I'm here. I'm here too. So just a quick intro. I'm going to use my mom's list of what I'm supposed to mention. So let me introduce myself personally. I'm Sekou Writes. I am the survival, the I survived a hemorrhagic stroke. Hemorrhagic, a hemorrhagic stroke. Now, I'm making it funny by not being able to pronounce it, but it's very serious. It means that only 17% of the people who had a hemorrhagic stroke survived. Yeah, so 83% of the people didn't leave the hospital in the first 4 weeks. They died. And so that's something to it's something to hold tight, hold dear, you know. So anyway, I just need to remind people of that, and that I'm fighting every day. And thanks to New Thought Media Network, and thanks to Fee King, and thanks to Reverend Mel for helping me out. And so, presentation topics. I think this is going to be kind of keep it real, but you might get some money. But you were just saying that after your show yesterday, your phone blew up, and then I felt guilty. I was like, "Oh, I didn't think to call you. I didn't think to do that. So sorry, sorry, Reverend.
Oh, it's no apology.
Okay,
No apology needed.
okay,
Or needed or necessary.
okay. All right. Well, anyway, for those of you that missed Reverend Mel's very personal show yesterday, she talked about her niece and her passing away and all the things that went into that. And so let's just hold our hands up to Reverend Mel. Let's just give Reverend Mel some love. Let's give Reverend Mel some love. Ashe, ashe.
I received that. I received that. I
And
received that.
thank you for being a guest on my show. Thank you for being present. Thank you for being present. Yeah.
Yes. It's one of my highlights.
Okay.
Being with you, Sekou.
Thank you. Thank you, because I feel the same way. I feel, woo, woo, I'm glad Mel's coming on the show today. Woo, woo. So, quick thing about this today's episode is that Fee mentioned before she left the house today. She mentioned that she's in, I forget the name of it, but this thing with women. She meets with all these women, and she fields their things they're caught up about.
Mm-hmm.
And she had this group about 8 women last night. And then she started talking to me about how women of a certain age are feeling, well, maybe not even of a certain age, maybe all ages, but women are feeling pressed about having a job. Like people who are freelance, who are 1099, are interested in how they need to get a W-2 to shuffle through whatever's happening right now. Now, I gotta admit, I don't even know what's happening. I'm completely in my own zone. But apparently, things are happening that make people think that they need a job, and I just say, no, that's my newborn reaction. Like, no, don't get a job. Don't get a job, because the good stuff is out here outside the job. So help me out, Reverend Mel. Tell me what's happening. What's going on?
Well, I think a couple of Sundays ago, I shared at service that I had been just keeping my pinky toe in what's going on in the world. Right. And because I know that people are feeling scared, there's just a lot of fear about what is happening. I felt that I needed to stick my big toe into that realm
Okay.
to just get a better sense of what was all the angst about. And I get it. It is, it's basically, in a word, a lot of uncertainty.
Okay.
And, the fact that we have, I call him cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in the White House
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Okay, go ahead.
with his minions. I
I
could I
just saw all the minions, the little young
yes.
minions.
Yes.
All right.
I get it. I get
Mhm.
it. I get it.
Mhm.
And but and we've been here before. It may not be exactly the same,
Mm.
but you know, we live in the United States of America.
Mhm.
Just look at the history of this country.
Right.
Like that's the thing that gets me. I'm like, where do y'all think y'all live? Like, this is the United States of America. This
Right.
country has done some really messed up things,
Right.
right? Consistently.
Right. Right.
Um, we could go all the way back to the founding fathers. Like,
Yeah.
so, it's important to know the history. And
Mhm.
yet, in all of that, which has happened,
Mhm.
specifically to Black and Brown people in this country, we are here.
Mhm.
We survive and we thrive. We are
Mhm.
resilient.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
we have to get ourselves on sure footing, right?
Mhm.
And get off of that uncertainty island. Like, because what is certain?
Right.
God is certain.
God is certain. Right.
Love is certain,
Right.
right? So,
I just have to put up this comment in relationship to that.
yes, God
God
is
is
our
our source.
source.
As our source.
Thank you, Ronald. Yes, God is our source. So, I get it. I do. I get how people are feeling afraid. They want to feel secure. That's what that is about with those groups of that group of women
Mm.
who are who may be freelancers or entrepreneurs or what 1099
Right.
folks
It's an idea.
wanting to have a W-2. I get it
Right.
because they think that's going to give them security
Right.
and they think that's going to provide some
Right.
certainty,
Right.
and it does not.
Mm.
It does not. It's an
Come on, preach.
illusion.
Preach.
It's an illusion.
Yeah.
It is. It is a look at how many people have been released from their jobs.
Have a lot of people been released from their jobs?
Thousands of
What?
people on the federal government side, because Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and his minions are dismantling things.
Oh
Or
wow.
just all over the place. Just makes no sense.
Right.
And so basically, they are following the handbook of Project 2025. There was a lot of talk about Project 2025 during the election. I rarely hear that term anymore. I don't know why, but that is what is happening. They are going by the playbook in 2025. And one of the things was to dismantle a lot of the departments, including the Department of Education, on the federal level. And most of the people who are in positions now are not qualified and will just do whatever Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff says.
I'm sorry.
And whoever is telling, because it's not just Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, because he's not.
Makes me
You
laugh
got
every
me on
time.
this red. You got me on this red
I'm
now.
sorry.
He ain't that bright, y'all. So someone is telling him what to do. It ain't him. He didn't write Project 2025. So he is, he thinks this is a reality show, and he's the celebrity. He thinks this is Celebrity Apprentice.
Have you noticed that Apprentice has gone up in the feed on Netflix? Like
No.
it's now one of the more popular shows or whatever it is. They've now promoting it because I'm like, that was an old show.
Old show. So I don't want to keep myself there. But that's what happens when you put your big toe into the stream of that consciousness, because it is a consciousness of lack, limitation, fear, and separation. And so
that's interesting, because my big toe is just now being stuck in the water thanks to you. Just now. And I'm just now hearing about all these firings. Just now. And you know what strikes me? What strikes me is that now that I'm tuned in, I am just tuned into trading and to stocks. There is no room for any downward, because everything is up. Like the people in the stock space are saying, oh my goodness, what is happening with the stocks? The stocks are up, stocks are up, stocks are up. And so I'm participating in that field of energy. Stocks are up, stocks are up. I'm checking out what's up, because the abundance is so high. It's higher than ever before, according to these stock people. And so it matters what you pay attention to. You know, because I hadn't heard about any of this. Hadn't heard about people losing their jobs, people trying to get a job to fight for something secure. Like, what are you kidding me? Because trading, I know some of y'all don't like trading. I know some of y'all don't like trading. But trading, listen to me, folks. These folks are talking regular about $1,000 days. I mean, a day, $1,000 in a day. Like, what are you talking about? This talking regular, like, yeah, $1,000 a day. Yeah. I mean, it is a reality that you can have your cake and eat it too. You have your cake and eat it too, you know? And so I think it's very important where you plug in. So there's people out there that are caught up in the fear. You need to be careful where you're placing your attention.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, there's a fine line, right? There's a fine line when you talk about trading, and people don't want to, you know, they feel whatever they feel about trading.
Yeah.
But we're trading something every day. It may not be in the stock market,
right?
But you're trading every day. You're trading your attention. You're trading your thoughts. You're trading. You are trading, and you could either be trading to profit, or you could trade to lose.
Right.
But you have a choice. We have a choice. And it's not to negate, because when I say this, people are like, oh, Red Melissa, you don't understand what's happening in the world. I understand what is happening in the world.
Right.
I am very much aware. I don't need to know the details. I don't need to have minute by minute updates about it. Most of the stuff that the news reports is not what we need to be focusing on in the first place. It's a distraction. So, what do you control? You control where you're going to focus your attention, how you're going to spend your time.
Right.
Don't trade on fear. Don't trade on fear.
Right.
That is a losing stock every single time.
Yeah. I don't know why this is floating around for me, but what's floating around for me is the fact that when you break down trading to the smallest pieces, that you can find a very small way to go. Because my mom pointed this out to me. She said that I am now trading money, trading, as you say, trading everything. I'm trading things, and that trading is already more than what you get from having a savings account,
Mhm.
right? Like just that alone, I'm making dollars, just dollars, and I'm making more than I would otherwise. And just that alone ought to be enough for people. That ought to be enough for people to like, wait a minute now, I get more than my savings account. Yes, you can. Yes, you
Right, but
can.
people feel secure with a savings account, right? People feel
Yeah.
secure. They looking for a certainty. They're looking for certainty. And when there's so much uncertainty, of course, you're going to feel the need for where can I find certainty? And for most people, the stock market is not a certainty. But look at the history of the stock market. Look at the S&P 500.
I mean,
Like,
it take a little dip, but then it goes right back up.
yes.
Right back up. Like ding, ding. Like, yeah, for real.
And yesterday I caught part of the show where you and Fee were talking about how the stock is going down for Walmart and Target. And so that is an opportunity to buy while it's low,
Yes.
right? To buy
Yes.
while it's low. And I was so excited to hear that because that also is an indication that the economic boycotts for those two companies is working.
It's working?
Yes. If
What
the
you mean?
stock is going down, there's
Oh,
an
yeah.
impact on their bottom line. So, there's a bunch of boycotts happening right now in response to Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and his minions and what they're doing.
Right.
So two of the boycotts is Target and Walmart. And their stocks have gone down.
Are going down significantly. And I'm like, whoa.
So if we want to do something, that's something that we can do. We can use, again, how are you using your money? How are you using your resources? So the economic boycott is not to use your resources at companies that don't support DEI and the values of the collective that everyone is valuable. And so we're showing them how valuable we are by not spending our money with them any longer. And I'm saying we because I'm not spending my money. I never was really into Walmart, but I'm not spending my money at Target. Target was my spot. Yeah. I love Target.
Right.
It's walking distance from my house. It's convenient. It has all the things.
Right.
No.
Right.
No more since February 28th. No more Target. Amazon. No more Amazon, which is challenging also. Because it's so convenient.
Yeah.
Right. But we can all, let me speak for myself. I can be I can readjust.
Yeah.
I don't have to get something the next day or in 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we all have choices to make around all of this. And I would just tell the sisters that Fee is working with, the only certainty that you have is leaning on your faith, on God, and trusting in that, because a job can be here today and gone tomorrow. Right?
Yep.
A lot of the federal government folks, employees, many are there that's their whole work career. They're there till they retire.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they thought that was a certainty. Now, believe me, nothing is happening without a fight. There's court cases to counter all of this, and there's things happening.
Yeah.
People aren't taking this just laying down, for sure. But on a day-to-day, when you woke up this morning and you took your breath, what was the next thing you did? Worry?
Ashe. Yeah. Yeah. And I just want to point out that Fee is out here walking to Whole Foods. Now, Target is a block and a half away from us, and Whole Foods is a grip. Now she's walking a grip, like she's doing her choice, making her choices.
We're boycotting Whole Foods too, because Amazon owns Whole Foods.
Oh, well, we're gonna start tomorrow. We're gonna start tomorrow. We're trying to do the right thing. We're trying to do the right thing.
Whole Foods is owned by Amazon. So wow. Trader Joe's is like the bomb, right? Trader Joe's,
yeah.
They doubled down. You know, they was like, we for the people. They doubled down.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Trader Joe's. Trying to think of some other supermarkets. There's this German-based. Well, do your research, folks. Do your research. I'll just shout out Trader Joe's. There's others.
B. King just put that in. I gotta pick and choose, Lord. Yeah, well.
So books fee. There's a company called bookshop.com. Bookshop, and they're a consortium for independent bookstores. They support independent bookstores. So again, you might have to wait a couple of more days for your book. However, they're in the fight. They're in the fight. So
wait, she's now going to Trader Joe's. She's not going to Trader Joe's instead of Whole Foods. Look at that. Look at that. Look at my girl. Look at my girl on it.
Yes.
On it. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
We have a choice. We have a choice, and the choice might be a little inconvenient, y'all.
Yeah, it might be.
Guess what? The bus boycott. You think that just was for a couple of weeks?
Yeah.
The bus boycott was not for a couple of weeks. Yeah, the Montgomery bus boycott was not for a couple of weeks. It was over. It was close to 200 days.
Wow. That's a long time. So yeah.
Come on now.
And let me just remind y'all. That you need to be buying the stock.
Yes, the purpose of this show.
Like,
let's get back to that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Let me just correct. Bookshop.org. Bookshop.org. They support independent bookstores.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just saying to everyone, you need to be buying the stock, though. Don't just talk about it. Hey, you need to buy the stock. You need to buy the stock. I looked at Walmart. Walmart was way down. It was like $87 as opposed to.
I'm gonna look now.
As opposed to $600 per share. I was like, $600 per share. Oh my goodness! So listen, I have not made my purchase yet because I'm waiting to talk to my financial advisor. I am talking to my financial advisor. And you should be too. And I'm going to find out what he suggests, what he's thinking, and how to work that, because you got to know that these companies will eventually figure it out.
Oh, yes.
They'll figure it out. And once they figure it out, their stock is going to come back up. The stock's going to come back up. And you need to already be in place. Don't talk about it now. We should buy. And then it misses you. You talk about it years later, like, I should have bought some stock. Get in it now. All right.
Walmart's already going up.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's still $86.41 a share.
$86. Yeah. Well, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
I saw $86. But I saw before this, it was like $600 per share.
Wow.
$600 per share. Like down to 87. Like that's a huge drop.
Target is $104.57 right now a share.
Yeah. Look, people are dropping tips in. Yeah. And here's a good question. Is it okay to use Acorns and Robinhood for investing. Now, see, we've been through our zones. We've been through our zones through with this. This is old school to us now. But when we started, we were using these religiously. So Acorns, still to this day, I use Acorns for my emergency fund.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone listening to this should have an emergency fund. Everyone listening to this should have an emergency fund, right? You must. A good way to use it is Acorns, because Acorns is separate. It's over often to the side, but also it can build very quickly because they've got some, I forget the name of it now, but it will take the rest of your dollar and add it to itself. So if you go buy something for $1.99, it will take that 1 cent and automatically, without you seeing it, add it. And don't you know that adds up fast? That adds up fast. I mean, you will be shocked at how quickly that adds up. It's like, all right?
Yes.
So that's them. And Robinhood for investing, yes, you can start with Robinhood because I know it's right there on your phone. It's right there on your phone. Cash App also has a function that you can deal with stocks right there on your phone. You can do it right there. And then after you do that for a while, then you need to come on over to Charles Schwab.
Yeah.
You come on over to Charles Schwab. Because what we did, me and Rev Mel, we discovered Charles Schwab later. And Charles Schwab is one you should work with sooner, because Charles Schwab comes with a financial manager for free. It's crazy. So, like I said, I have not made my decision yet because I'm waiting to talk to him. Once I talk to him, I'll make my decision, and then I'll come back and report to you what he said. But I mean, Acorns and Robinhood are great, but you really need to get yourself to Charles Schwab. Yeah.
Acorn is, I want to shout out Acorn. Yeah. Acorn is wonderful for what Sekou said, your emergency fund, because you just set it and it's done.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the cents, all of the leftover from the dollar, right? If it's 90 cents, 10 cents gets deposited into your Acorn account, and then it compounds, and they invest it for you.
Mm-hmm.
They ask you some questions about your risk level, and then they invest those funds for you. And then on top of that, you can set aside additional money to come out of your account directly into Acorn, like $10 a month, $5 a month, whatever. It doesn't matter. You set it and it just automatically comes out and you don't miss it. And before you know it, you're growing. Acorn is going to turn into an oak tree, y'all.
Yes. Yes, it will. And you may not think that, you can afford to give $5 or $10 per month, whatever. As long as you put on the point where it takes the rest of the dollar and puts it away automatically, you're gonna be shocked. When you're gonna look at it, you'll be like, "Oh, I need to add some more money to it."
Yes.
But you're gonna add some more money to it. But Acorns is your best way for doing your emergency fund, because you need that emergency fund fast.
Yes.
If people are worried about what's happening in the world today, get with an emergency account today.
Yes. And when I'm on YouTube just fiddling around and I tune into what when I had to put my big toe in, one of the things that financial people are saying, the first thing, have an emergency fund.
Yes.
That's the first thing they're saying. Have an emergency fund and start to pay off debt, especially credit card debt.
That sounds like a good place to pick up from. Yeah. So start with an emergency fund and start paying off your debt.
Yes.
Right?
Anything with high interest. Look at your credit cards. People don't know how much interest they're paying on these credit cards. Yeah, you need to look and see how much interest you're paying on these credit cards, and then start paying off the one that has the highest interest rate. Just start put in more money there. Even if you just pay the minimum on the other ones, to focus on that high interest one and start getting it down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, Sekou, we over time. Look at that.
We overtime. We overtime. So everyone remember, now is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. Ashe.
Ashe.
And come back and see us next week.
Yes.
All right. All right. Bye, Mel.
Bye, y'all. Peace and blessings.